Have you ever wondered about the strangest photos that time has forgotten? Today we will reveal to you the strangest and most fascinating vintage photos that you will love. I promise you, they are so fascinating and rare that you can enjoy the show. This breathtaking black and white image captures the moment a soldier detains a woman suspected of supporting the Viet Cong. The scene conveys the tensions of wartime and shows the real-life challenges faced by people in those times. This image shows Suzanne Hoffs of the Bangles, a band known for their hits in the 80s. She with electric guitar in hand is reminiscent of the golden era of rock and roll. The lyrics from Prince's song, Manic Monday, 6 o'clock already, I was just in the middle of a dream, epitomize the mood of a time when music was not just a sound, but a reflection of the soul. The 1974 photo shows two businessmen in suits who are clearly interested in their colleague in a miniskirt. This is a time when the miniskirt became a symbol of female freedom and courage. It is interesting how such a simple piece of clothing could reflect great social change. This 1926 photograph captures Miss Vera Vance posing at a gas station during the Los Angeles Industrial Exposition. The photograph was taken for advertising purposes, and the unusual pose in which Vera is holding a gas station hose symbolizes the innovation and progress of the time. Such photographs were often used to draw attention to technical innovations, as well as to demonstrate the role of women in advertising. The photo shows German actress and singer Elke Sommer, who gained great popularity in the 1960s for her striking looks and roles in Hollywood. In 1964, she won the Golden Globe Award as the most promising actress for her role in the movie The Prize with Paul Newman. She is also remembered for the comedy film A Shot in the Dark with Peter Sellers. In the 60s, Elke Sommer became a real style icon and one of the most famous European actresses, conquering Hollywood with her beauty and talent. This photo shows Irene Tunk, who was crowned Miss France in 1954. Born in 1934, she began her career in the modeling industry and soon in movies, being particularly active in France and Italy. During her lifetime, she appeared in more than 30 films and television projects, becoming a significant figure in European cinema of the 50s and 60s. This 1959 photo shows Steve McQueen and Jayne Mansfield meeting in a car race. Steve McQueen, known for his roles in the movies Escape and Bullet, was an avid racing and car enthusiast, making him a regular participant in various racing events. Jayne Mansfield, one of the most famous blondes in Hollywood, was a true icon of the 50s and 60s, thanks to her striking looks and participation in a number of comedy films. This photo captures Ralph George Knepel, a World War II veteran who received the Medal of Honor from President Harry Truman in 1945. Knepel, a sergeant in the 329th Infantry Regiment, 83rd Infantry Division, distinguished himself during the Battle of Bergel, Germany, December 14, 1944. During his trip to Cairo in 1896, Archduke Franz Ferdinand decided to make a joke by posing in a sarcophagus like a mummy. This moment was captured in a photograph where the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne demonstrated a rare sense of humor, which was not quite typical of his official image. The photo reflects Franz Ferdinand's fascination with ancient Egyptian culture and also shows how he sometimes deviated from his strict public image. This photo of Marilyn Monroe was taken in 1950 when she was only 24 years old. At the time, she was just beginning her career in Hollywood and was virtually unknown to the general public. Shortly after this photo was taken, Marilyn had small roles in the films The Asphalt Jungle and All About Eve, which helped her attract the attention of producers and critics. Family portraits from the 80s, especially those taken at places like Kmart photo studios, often capture the genuine emotion and imagery of the time. These photos, despite their simplicity, became an icon of the era, capturing moments of family life without too much pathos. The 80s fashion for bouffant hairstyles, bright colors, and slightly strange poses, as in this photo, emphasizes the style of that era, giving the photo a unique retro charm. This photo shows Kamala Harris in the 1980s, still in the period of her youth. Harris, who would later become the first female vice president of the United States, was attending Howard University, a historically black university where she studied political science and economics. The young Kamala was already showing an interest in politics and human rights, which would later become a central theme of her career. This portrait perfectly captures the confidence and determination that would become her trademark throughout her life. Prince William took this photo of his mother, Princess Diana, in 1989 when he was just 7 years old. He captured her in a relaxed moment in a domestic setting. This shot shows her genuine joy and closeness with her family, which distinguished Diana as a loving and caring mother. Sandra Bullock in this 1995 photo shows off the style that became an icon of her early days in Hollywood. This period was pivotal in her career. That same year she starred in the romantic comedy While You Were Sleeping, which earned her a Golden Globe Award nomination and further cemented her status as America's sweetheart. Bullock continued to develop her career in the genre of romantic comedy and action films, making her one of the most famous actresses of the 90s. This shot of Liv Tyler was taken by renowned French photographer Bettina Reims for the February 1996 issue of The Face magazine. The photo shows her in one of her most memorable images. In a relaxed domestic setting, with a cigarette in her hand, she is ironing clothes. The stylish and candid image emphasizes the rebellious spirit of the times in her youth, as well as the combination of casual and glamour that characterized Reims. Madeleine Kahn, American actress and singer, was known for her comedic roles, especially in films directed by Mel Brooks, such as Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein. In this 1960s photo, Kahn looks young and full of hope for a successful career that eventually brought her many awards and recognition. In 1968, she took her first steps on Broadway, and by then she had already begun to attract attention for her bright talent in both theater and film. Lynda Carter, widely known as the actress who played the role of Wonder Woman in the 1970s television series, quickly won the hearts of viewers with her charisma and stylish images. This 1974 shot of her in a tied shirt became popular as one of her iconic posters of the time. Carter, who won Miss USA in 1972, began her show business career with modeling and small roles on television. However, it was her role as Wonder Woman that brought her worldwide fame and made her one of the most recognizable actresses of the time. This shot is from an iconic episode of the Twilight Zone TV series called To Serve Man, which aired on March 2, 1962. In this scene, Richard Kiel portrays the alien Canamite and Susan Cummings plays the role of Patty, a linguist who helps decipher the alien language. The episode became a landmark in television history for its surprise finale and atmosphere, combining elements of science fiction and thriller. Kiel's tall stature and imposing figure made him an ideal candidate for the role of the mysterious alien. In this 1993 photo, Hillary Clinton is pictured meeting with kabuki theater artists in Tokyo, Japan. The visit was part of her official tour as part of a diplomatic mission with President Bill Clinton. Kabuki is a traditional Japanese theater form known for its colorful costumes and makeup, and meeting with the actors showed Hillary's respect for Japanese culture during her visit. This photo from the 1990s captures Chris Farley with his father. Chris, a famous comedian and actor, became famous for his roles on Saturday Night Live and in movies such as Beverly Hills Ninja. In his life, he has always maintained a warm relationship with his family, especially his father Tom Farley. This shot symbolizes their moments of closeness and joy away from the screens, amidst a simple but meaningful family moment by the ocean. Marjorie Reynolds is shown in this photo on the set of The Time of Their Lives, released in 1946. The special effects of the time included the use of invisible wires, which can be seen in her pose as if she were suspended in midair. Reynolds played one of the lead roles in the movie, and the film became a cult favorite in the comedy ghost story genre for its combination of classic stunts and groundbreaking effects for its time. In this photo, Elvira, also known as the Lord of Darkness, is behind the wheel of her iconic car, a modified 1959 Ford Thunderbird. This black car with spider webs on the grille and other gothic elements became an integral part of her image, symbolizing a dark but humorous style. The car, like the character of Elvira herself, became one of the icons of pop culture associated with horror and fantasy. This 1967 photo shows Yvonne Cray preparing to star as Batgirl for the popular television series Batman. Her character first appeared in the show's third season and was one of the first female superheroines on television. Batgirl's costume, as well as her energetic acting, quickly gained popularity among viewers, which helped cement her image as an iconic character in the world of superheroes. This 1978 photograph shows Patsy Swayze, renowned choreographer and dance teacher, with her son Patrick Swayze and daughter-in-law Lisa Niuni. Patsy was instrumental in shaping the dancing career of Patrick, who later became a famous actor and dancer known for the movies Dirty Dancing and Ghost. Close family relationships and a shared passion for dance bound all three of them together, which is evident in their joint work and success in the world of show business. Tippi Hedren, famous actress and animal activist, poses with her pet tiger in this 1982 photo. Tippi, known for her roles in Hitchcock films, was also a passionate advocate for feral cats. Her home was a haven for several big cats, including lions and tigers, which attracted a lot of attention. She later founded the Shambhala Sanctuary, where she cared for abandoned and rescued exotic animals. This unique 1974 photo captures two icons from very different worlds: Colonel Sanders, founder of KFC, and rock star Alice Cooper. Although they represent completely opposite images, the classic Southern gentleman and the rock scene rebel, their meeting was one of the most extraordinary pop culture moments of the 70s. Alice Cooper often shocked audiences with his theatrical performances, while Sanders became famous for his secret recipe for fried chicken. Famous wrestler Randy Savage, second from left, is pictured with his family at a family Thanksgiving dinner in 1987. Savage, also known as Macho Man, was one of the most recognizable figures in the world of professional wrestling in the 80s and 90s. The photo shows him spending time in a cozy family atmosphere, away from the ring, enjoying the holiday with his family. Claudia Cardinale, one of Italy's most famous actresses, pictured here in 1963. At this time, she was already at the height of her career with roles in films such as Federico Fellini's 8½, and Luchino Visconti's The Leopard. Her charm and natural beauty, as well as her outstanding acting talent, made her an international star. Cardinale has often been called a symbol of Italian cinema of the golden era, and her work has become a landmark for the world cinema industry. Freddie Mercury, leader of the band Queen, rides on a train from Osaka to Nagoya during the band's Japanese tour, October 25, 1982. This moment shows him in a relaxed setting as he enjoys the ride and a bite to eat. Queen were particularly popular in Japan, and their tours in that country drew huge crowds of fans. The 1982 tour was part of their world tour in support of the album Hot Space, which differed from their previous work by experimenting with genres. Demi Moore is pictured in this circa 1990 image in her iconic short haircut look, which became especially recognizable after her role in the film The Haunting, 1990. This movie made her one of the most sought-after actresses of the time. Moore continued her successful career into the 1990s, becoming one of the highest-paid actresses in Hollywood thanks to films such as Indecent Proposal and Soldier Jane. This portrait of Ginger Rogers was taken by photographer John Meal around 1936. Ginger Rogers was one of Hollywood's most famous actresses in the 30s and 40s, especially for her roles in musicals where she danced in duets with Fred Astaire. Her elegance and talent made her a true icon of the golden age of Hollywood, and this shot captures her charm and grace perfectly. Macho Man Randy Savage sits in a relaxed pose with his WWF Championship title belt in this photo from the 1980s. Randy was one of the most colorful and charismatic figures in the wrestling world at the time, known not only for his impressive skills in the ring, but also for his eccentric style, from his colorful costumes to his inimitable husky voice. This moment is captured at the peak of his career, when he was one of the most recognizable and popular wrestlers in the world. Phyllis Gordon, a famous actress and socialite of the 1930s, walks with her pet cheetah through the streets of Earl's Court in London in 1939. This unusual moment symbolizes the luxurious lifestyle and eccentricity that some celebrities of the time were known for. Having an exotic animal as a pet was a kind of status indicator among the wealthy, which often attracted the attention of others. The girls in this photo from 1910 are dressed in traditional Serbian folk costumes from the early 20th century. Such outfits were characteristic of ceremonial events and traditional festivals in Serbia, reflecting the rich culture and identity of the region. The ornaments and patterns on the clothes show the influence of local traditions and the skills of craftsmen of the time. Betty Brosmer, a fitness and modeling icon of the 1950s, poses for a poolside photo. Brosmer was one of the first famous fitness models, known for her stunning figure and 18-inch waist that made her popular in magazines and on covers. She later became an influential figure in the bodybuilding and fitness industry, becoming the wife of Joe Vader, founder of Mr. Olympia. These photos from Princess Diana's last photo shoot were taken in 1997. The images, taken by Mario Testino, present Diana in a relaxed and natural manner, showcasing her joie de vivre and inner beauty. The photo shoot was a landmark moment that captured her as a style icon in the hearts of many people around the world. This 1961 image captures the mass casting of black cats for a movie based on the work of Edgar Allan Poe. Such casting was often done for movies where black cats played an important role, given their symbolic importance in horror literature and cinema. Black cats were part of mysticism and horror, especially in adaptations of Poe's works, such as The Black Cat and created the right atmosphere on screen. This giant sequoia tree, which was over 2,600 years old, was cut down in the 1890s. The photo shows a man standing next to a massive cut of the tree, which emphasizes its incredible size. Sequoias are some of the tallest and longest-lived trees in the world, and such ancient specimens are a reminder of the long life cycle they can go through before being overturned by human activity.